Well, as the state searches for alternative energy options and solutions, pressure is mounting for Governor Moore to veto a bill about where solar farms can be built in the state of Maryland. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost joins us live in the newsroom right now with concerns from some about farmland. Mackenzie.
Yeah, guys, so right now Maryland imports about 40% of its energy needs, and supporters of this plan that is currently on the table say that this would help the state of Maryland meet its solar power commitments. But Republicans argue this plan would strip local jurisdictions of power and are urging the governor to take a stand. Solar farms are part of the state's renewable energy plan, and this year, in the face of soaring energy prices and the pressure on the grid,
as you well know, we are in a bit of an energy crunch right now.
Democrats in the House and Senate rolled out a package of bills, including the Renewable Energy Certainty Act. Supporters say it would cut red tape in local jurisdictions across Maryland to get more solar panels online.
It prevents counties from using overly restrictive zoning laws to block solar and energy storage projects that meet state standards.
Local counties push back on the plan, and Republicans like Delegate Jeff Grist argued the solar farms will flock to his region first.
At the rural areas, it's going to go there first, just because it's just less expensive for the solar companies.
While sponsors say no one wants change in their own backyard.
There's always the NIMBY. The problem is, right now we're trying to have some input on where our generation comes in before that next round of transmission comes in, and we get blindsided with very little input because it becomes a PJM out-of-state decision, and we are just left hanging because we don't generate what we need to here. And I think we've been eating that for quite a while because nobody wants transmission lines either. They don't want solar, and at the end of the day, so when we have these meetings, it can't just be an emotional. We don't rule on emotion. It has to have something more to it.
Well, my response to that is this is the reason why they pass legislation like this. They know that in the rural areas, you're going to have fewer NIMBYs. In the rural areas, you know that property values are going to be less.
House Republicans, including Delegate Grist, sent this letter to Governor Wes Moore this week, urging him to veto the plan, arguing it opens the floodgates for unlimited solar farm development and ties the hands of local governments to restrict them. Governor Wes Moore says there needs to be a partnership on projects like solar.
I always believe that local governments, have an influence as to what happens with their local jurisdictions and their local constituents.
But would not say whether he would sign the legislation.
Oh, I don't yet have an answer because I'm still going through hundreds of bills right now.
Delegate Grist says he's not opposed to solar power overall.
There's still going to be solar. We've recognized the need for all of the above.
But says the state's energy needs should not come without locals having a say in the development, especially in areas of agriculture where every acre counts.
We need grain production in order to be able to feed the chickens that are in the poultry houses. We need the poultry houses in order to be able to provide chickens for the integrators. And if any of those three things fail, then our entire industry goes down. When we're going to take 54,000 acres potentially out of grain production on the Eastern Shore, that's a serious threat to an entire industry.
Now, Governor Wes Moore has until May 27th to decide. If he does not veto it or sign it, it would still become law without his signature. Live in the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.